The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council was filled with delegates from various galaxies. This meeting was not an ordinary session for the Council. The depth and importance of the topic had attracted the attention of the entire universe, the meaning of life in the universe, and the purpose of existence. Many civilizations had shared their views on this subject before, but this time, the meeting held special significance with the participation of humanity in the discussion. Humanity was sending a representative to the Galactic Council for the first time, David Albright. David stood as the voice of humanity. For the first time in such a vast and significant arena. Galactic societies had discussed these topics among themselves many times before, but understanding humanity's perspective on the matter was a source of great curiosity. Therefore, David's ideas would be listened to with great attention. Council President Redlian stepped up to the podium and began to speak in the silence that enveloped the hall. Esteemed members of the Council, we are gathered here today to discuss the meaning of life in the universe and the purpose of existence. Today, we will hear the views of a civilization that will bring a new perspective to this crucial topic. The human representative, David Albright, is attending our council for the first time, and we are here to learn from his insights. David approached the podium. All eyes were on him. David's words captured the attention of the council members. Stories were not common in the galaxy. Most races focused on direct information and logic. But David wanted to make them think through this narrative. Years ago, David began, our planet Terran was on the brink of a major crisis. Terran was under the threat of a massive asteroid collision. If this event had occurred, it could have meant the end of our civilization. This threat taught us how fragile life and time are, and how valuable every moment truly is. The council members were intently listening to this unexpected story. Redlian, curious, interjected, how could a planet under the threat of an asteroid, in the midst of such a crisis, derive a lesson from it? David smiled slightly and continued. Yes, it was a crisis. But we saw this crisis as a lesson, because it reminded us that life is not just about mere existence, but also about a profound search for meaning. We realized that every moment of life must be lived fully. As humans, we sometimes lose ourselves in the hardships of life, forgetting our loved ones and passions. But this crisis taught us the essence and value of life anew. This was humanity's first representative in the Galactic Council, and his words were of great importance, not just for this session but also for the future relations between humanity and other civilizations. Taking a deep breath, David began to speak. Honorable members of the Council, it is a great honor for me to be here. As humanity, we are a civilization that strives to understand our place in the universe and the purpose of existence. Today, I would like to share our thoughts on this matter with you. However, to better illustrate our perspective, I would like to begin by telling you a story. The council members began to ponder David's words. Redlian wanted to delve a little deeper. And what about time? What is humanity's concept of time, and how do you think it contributes to the purpose of existence? David took a deep breath and spoke even more earnestly. Time for us humans is not just a measurable flow, it is the most precious and irreversible treasure of our existence. Each of us finds the meaning of our lives within this limited span. We should spend time not only on duties and responsibilities but also by being with our loved ones, exploring, and enriching our souls. As humans, we learn from our mistakes and strive to make every moment count. Time is the greatest opportunity given to us, and we must use this opportunity not merely to exist but to give our existence true meaning. The council members were trying to absorb these thoughts. For most of them, time was merely a measure by which tasks were completed. David's words offered them a new perspective. Before concluding his speech, David made one final emphasis. Discussing the meaning of life and the purpose of existence is, of course, of great importance. But we must remember that this meaning and purpose can be found not only in grand tasks or universal responsibilities, but also in the smallest moments, in everyday joys, and in every second we live. As humanity, we believe in recognizing the value of every moment and making the most of every opportunity that time gives us. The council members were deeply affected by David's speech. Redlian nodded thoughtfully and spoke. Representative Albright, you have provided us with a new perspective. The value of time and life may carry a much deeper meaning than we have considered. David left the podium, his heart still racing with the weight of what he had just shared. The vast hall of the Galactic Council was filled with murmurs as the delegates from various galaxies processed his words. Many of these beings had lifespans far longer than humanity's, and for them, the concept of time held a different significance. Yet David's message had resonated, challenging them to rethink their perceptions. As he made his way back to his seat, a holographic figure materialized beside him, a swirling vortex of light that gradually coalesced into the shape of a being known as Zal-Ri, the representative of the Etherian collective, a species that existed beyond the constraints of linear time. David Albright. Zal-Ri's voice echoed both in the air and in David's mind. Your words have stirred something ancient within the Etherian collective. We have long seen time as a river in which we can choose any point to dwell, but your perspective reminds us of the beauty in the transient, the fleeting nature of experiences that are cherished because they are finite. David looked up at Zal-Ri, intrigued by the being's presence. Thank you, Zal-Ri. It is an honor to speak with you. Humanity is still learning about the universe, and our understanding of time is just a part of that journey. Zal-Ri's form shimmered, as if contemplating his words. Your journey may hold more significance than you realize. The Council has debated the meaning of existence for eons, yet your perspective is a breath of fresh air, a reminder that purpose is not found solely in the grand and eternal, but also in the ephemeral moments that define a life. Before David could respond, the gentle chimes signaling the continuation of the Council session echoed through the hall. Redlian stepped forward again, this time with a more contemplative expression. The words of the human representative have touched many of us, Redlian began, and it is clear that this session has taken on a new depth. I invite any who wish to share their perspectives to do so, as we continue to explore the meaning of life and existence across our galaxies. A being from the Andromedan cluster, whose race was known for their analytical minds and logical approach to existence, floated to the center of the hall. Their form, a shifting array of crystalline patterns, glowed softly as they spoke. Our understanding of life has always been rooted in the pursuit of knowledge and the expansion of consciousness. We have viewed existence as a grand puzzle, each piece a discovery or innovation that brings us closer to ultimate understanding. Yet, this human concept of deriving meaning from the impermanence of life offers a compelling contrast. It suggests that perhaps there is value in the journey, not just the destination. David listened intently as various species shared their views. The representatives from the galactic hive mind spoke of collective consciousness and the purpose found in unity and shared goals. The luminous beings of the celestial nexus discussed the idea of existence as a symphony, where every being played a part in the harmony of the universe. Each perspective was unique, shaped by the nature and history of their civilizations. As the session progressed, David noticed a shift in the atmosphere. The debate, once dominated by logic and grand philosophical theories, was now intertwined with emotions and personal reflections. The delegates began to explore the idea that perhaps the meaning of life was not a single, universal truth, but a mosaic of perspectives, each contributing to a greater understanding. Finally, Redlian called for a recess, allowing the delegates to reflect on the discussions. As the council members dispersed, David found himself surrounded by curious representatives, eager to learn more about humanity and its unique outlook on life. Zal-Ri reappeared beside him, their form flickering with curiosity. Your story about the asteroid threat, did humanity survive? How did it shape your civilization? And David nodded, understanding the deeper question. Yes, we survived, but it was a turning point for us. It forced us to confront our mortality and the fragility of our world. But more importantly, it united us. For a brief moment, all of humanity came together, setting aside differences to face a common threat. It reminded us that our lives, while short, are meaningful, and that we have a responsibility to each other and to future generations. Zal-Ri seemed to absorb this, their light pulsing gently. Perhaps that is the true meaning of life, to find purpose in connection, in the moments we share, and in the legacy we leave behind. Your words will echo through the Etherian collective. David Albright. Humanity's perspective may be the key to unlocking new dimensions of understanding within the Council. As the recess ended, Redlian called the Council back to order. We have heard many profound thoughts today, and it is clear that the meaning of life cannot be confined to a single definition. It is a tapestry woven from the experiences, beliefs, and values of all beings in the universe. Let us continue to explore this tapestry, not only to understand our own existence, but to enrich the collective wisdom of the galaxies. With those words, the session continued, But David knew that a new chapter had begun in humanity's relationship with the wider universe. The seeds of mutual respect and curiosity had been planted, and the future held the promise of deeper connections and shared discoveries. As the meeting drew to a close, David felt a sense of fulfillment. Humanity had taken its first steps into the broader galactic community, not as conquerors or seekers of power, but as beings searching for meaning in the vast expanse of the universe. And in doing so, they had found allies and kindred spirits among the stars. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel. For every comment that says we will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.